Hello Star Wars fans. As some of you may remember, a couple of years ago we actually picked up an Italian print of Star Wars. It was during a period where we were finding a new print of Star Wars every couple of weeks, it seemed, so it sort of got lost in the shuffle. Now one of the reasons that happened is, well, we look at it here. Obviously it's red, so that's one problem, and the second problem is how much damage there is. Now normally you'll find, the beginning of a reel will look this damaged, it gets more handling, but this entire print all the way through has all this emulsion damage. So really we dismissed it early on as, well, that's too much work, there's just no way we're going to restore that whole film. We may use short sequences of it, we could restore just one shot if we need to replace it somewhere else, but yeah, it was never going to be a priority, which is a shame, because if it was in better condition it would have been a great print. It's much sharper than the Technicolor prints. It's Kodak SP, I believe, and yeah, it's really nice actually. So I wanted to show you today. We actually circled back to it finally to take a look and see if we could do more with it, and I think we can. So the first thing is, our color grading skills have continued to improve year after year, so yeah, I was able to bring back the color, and it looks pretty good, but obviously there's still all that damage all the way through. So let me show you something else that we're working on here. Alright, so I've been negotiating with the people at Diamant in an effort to actually acquire that software, and obviously it's very expensive, so we're having a little fundraiser on TheStarWarsTrilogy.com forums to try and raise some money to buy this software. They were kind enough to work with me, and I have a fully working version of the entire suite here to play with, at least for a couple of months. And yeah, I wanted to show you how easy it is to restore this. Now the first thing I can do here, just to make it look a little easier to see the dirt and everything, is I can load a display LUT. That's a LUT that won't actually be applied to the video at this point. It just allows me to see it with the LUT applied, but when I export it, it'll still be red, so color can happen later. There it is. Alright, so I load that LUT, and now as I scrub through, we see it in color, which just makes it much easier to see the dirt, and I can just toggle that on and off. So first thing I'm going to try is just their built-in normal dust buster automated tool. Let's see what that does. Well, no, first I'm going to split it into shots. Just take a moment to go through this short clip, separate each shot with cuts. Anyway, let's take a look at this clip. As you can see, lots of dirt and damage. So let's apply the dust. Ooh, look at that. Not too bad, right? Now if we look in the advanced settings here, you'll see we're looking in all channels for the dirt, which is what we're looking at now. But if we look at, say, the red channel, well, let's go to the output. There we go. Now you can see the dirt. So you see some in the red, you see some in the blue, but if we look at the green channel, that's where it is. So we're going to tell it only to detect in the green channel, I think we'll get more dirt that way. Perfect. And now we should render that shot so we can preview it. Okay, let's preview it now. Bit better, don't you think? Alright, let's see if we can fix the beginning and the end, which have that weirdness at the top. I don't think that would actually be in the final version, but let's take a look anyway. We're going to say look right only. Let's do the interpolate for that. A little bigger. Then we'll go to the end. This time we'll say look back only. We should get rid of that too. Now what have we got? Very good. So now we'll very quickly go through and just manually remove some little spots. Well, there are still a couple of little bits there, but I don't want to make this video too long, so you get the idea. We can easily go from that to that in just a few minutes in this software, which is pretty impressive, and even without the LUT. Now, perhaps you're wondering about how we undo things. Well, I don't know if there's anything that needs undoing here, but let's see if we can find something that does. Alright, so right there, you can see right here, some highlighting has been removed that we don't want. Really easy to fix. Just go to the history brush, and paint it back in. And so there's our final shot, all repaired. Take about 10 minutes. Alright, so that's a fairly static shot, really. I mean, there is some motion in there that did require a little bit of undoing, but let's try a more complex shot. So this one, lots of sparks. Some blaster fire. This whole sequence would normally be done manually just because of the complexity and the fact that, let's be honest, the automated tool is going to remove a lot of stuff it shouldn't. Let's see what happens here. So we'll start again by simply detecting the shots. Let's start with the first one. It's nice and short, but also has lots and lots of sparks. Again, we'll try the LUT. Now, let's try automated tool. Again, tell it to look in the green channel. Now let's see what it's detecting. Yeah. A lot of that's dirt, and a lot of it's not. So in this sort of sequence, it really comes down to, is it less work to undo or to do? Let's try a different shot. Let's see about this one. This one, since there aren't any sparks, it looks like it'll be easier to undo than do. So this is actually working really well with the blaster fire. And you had to restore one laser blast so far. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to put it back. So see, this one also has a scratch, which I'm going to try and get rid of. First of all, let's see how wide it is. If we look down here, it should tell us how wide it is as I draw it. Approximately 8 pixels wide, between 6 and 8. So we want bright ones. It's about 6 pixels wide. Unfortunately, that just left a dark shadow. That's a worse shadow. That's better. I wonder what that blue thing is right there. Huh. Dirt on the backlight, maybe? I think that's what that is. Yep. Luckily, we have rescanned this reel since then, so not a problem. But in this original scan, it had a big blob of dirt that fell off of the film onto the backlight and is in every frame. So just out of curiosity, let's see if that's something we can fix here in Diamant, because it has been known to happen, right? You scan the print, you send it back with the person you borrowed or rented it from, and only later do you discover, oh no, there was dirt on the backlight. So let's see if we can fix that. Let's try this. Works on that frame. Oh look, there's another one at the top. Another one there. Well, looks like we took care of that one. It's not perfect, but certainly better. But there's still 1, 2, 3 others to deal with. Start with this one. Anyway, as you can see, it's a very powerful software, and it would be great to be able to use this in future restorations. So if you're watching this video and you can spare any amount of money, $1, $10, whatever, every penny helps. Thanks for watching.